Hey guys, Bilingual Duelist here and welcome to 2023. I really hope you had nice holidays with your families, and yeah, we are going to start this year with some news straight from Japan, because I'm going to present you today a new grading service which has emerged last year in Japan in May 2022. And yeah, that's very exciting news because you can finally grade cards in Japan as well with the Japanese grading service. And yeah, I will let you know everything you have to know about ARS today. And of course, there is a small giveaway today. You can win a Trihorn Dragon from Premium Pack 3. This card is from August 2000, so it's a really old school and nice card for your collection, guys. And yeah, you can win this card by liking the video, being subscribed, and of course answer the following question: what do you think about ARS? But of course, watch the video first and judge later. Alright guys, today I'm going to present you this card right here. This is a card graded by ARS, as you can see, and we have here a Volume 1 Dark Magician. And yeah, you can already see a few new things here from ARS. They decided to take different routes from PSA and BGS. And yeah, unfortunately here in Japan, ARS is not called ARS. They are calling the company ARS, which sounds a little bit like ass, but yeah, it is what it is, guys. They are pronounced ARS, but I'm of course going to pronounce them ARS in the following video. Alright guys, so what is ARS to be precise? So as I already mentioned, ARS is the very first grading service here in Japan. And yeah, some of you know that I'm from Germany, and since all of that grading hype here and the general trading card hype, we already had a lot of grading services even in Germany emerging. And yeah, even though there was a lot of new grading services, Japan never had its own grading service. So this is actually something very special for the Japanese people. And yeah, this is basically what they are grading. So you can see they are grading Yu-Gi-Oh cards, Pokemon cards, and some other card brands as well. They started in May last year, and they were first only grading Yu-Gi-Oh cards. So they really have a focus on Yu-Gi-Oh cards, and they have a lot of knowledge about Yu-Gi-Oh cards, which is of course very nice for us in the channel, because yeah, I'm a Yu-Gi-Oh trading card channel. But yeah, very recently they also added Pokemon cards here, as you can see. Vanguard cards, Weiß and Schwarz, and Duel Masters, as you can see. Battle Spirits as well here, you can see, and they're already preparing some Digimon and other trading cards as well. So yeah, that's basically what they are doing. They're grading cards, so nothing very new here. And yeah, what else can we say about ARS? Yeah, maybe the case. Because as you can see, the case is very different. And I have to be honest here with you guys, when I first saw the case, I was like, wow, this is super ugly. And yeah, I didn't actually think this is something I would consider for my cards to be graded with, because yeah, just having the label at the bottom of the cards is very different, and you have to get used to it, right? Because I'm pretty sure most of you guys right now are thinking like, damn, this is so ugly looking. And yeah, I kinda agree, because I was thinking the same when I first saw the case as well. But as you can see, I decided to test them out and send them my Dark Magician here. And yeah, what can I say here, guys? Yeah, let's go step by step here. So they have the label on the bottom here, and you can see it's a very cool label. It's actually a silver or gold plate here, so it's not a piece of paper, and the card sits on top of that. And depending on what card you're grading, they're also grading English cards. You can get the label in English or also in Japanese. And of course they have also 10-step grading like PSA has, and the specialty they have is that they have a grade called 10+. And yeah, if you get a card graded like 10+, it is pretty much like BGS, Black Label or something like that. They assure you that the card you graded is actually pristine, very clean. And yeah, this is a very cool thing. I really like that. If you have like a way to distinguish between 10s and 10+, right? And yeah, maybe really quickly the grading fees. So you can see, depending on the value of the card, like PSA, they are charging you different prices. And for a regular card, for up to around 400 bucks, they charge you about $27. So they are not very cheap, they are not very pricey, something in between. Okay, that's basically for the general information about ARS. And yeah, what I want to do now is actually I want to compare these different cases I have prepared for you guys today. We are going to compare BGS, PSA, and also the ARS. So yeah, let's have a closer look now. Okay guys, then let's have a closer look finally now at the case here. And yeah, what do you think? The looks are very different because yeah, as I already mentioned, the label is at the bottom of the case. So yeah, that's something you really have to get used to. And another thing I haven't mentioned so far is, as you can see here, there is no grade on the front of the card. So you have to turn the card around and look at the back, and you can see here it is graded an 8, and yeah, you have also a QR code here, and of course yeah, some labeling from ARS. So yeah, this is something you have to keep in mind. The grade is on the back of the card, and later at the end of the video I will make a conclusion. I will also include my personal opinion about this, but this is something that is really different here for ARS, and yeah, I think no other grading service has ever done this. So yeah, what are we going to compare? We are going to have like 4 different criteria. We are going to have a look at the case itself, then we are going to have a look at the label, and then we will have, or we will check the clarity of the case, and finally I will yeah, have a look at the overall appearance of the case. So let's maybe start with the case itself. So what I can tell you guys is that this case here is very rigid. So there is absolutely no way that you can actually damage the card itself inside of this case here. This case is really a tank. And yeah, it is very sturdy. Nothing can go wrong with your card. There is absolutely no way, I guarantee you, that you can damage the card inside of this case here. So the case is very good in my opinion, because a grading service should grade your card and also protect your card from further damage, and they are really assuring you that nothing can happen to your card. Okay. Next up, we will have a closer look at the label. So as you can see, this is a Dark Magician from Volume 1. So this is the very first print, the ultra rare from Volume 1. And as you can see, you have the set here, Volume 1, and also the year 1999. And if this card would have a set, this card doesn't, because obviously it's a Series 1 card, and all of these do not have a set number. But if it had, it would also be down here. And then it says Dark Magician, Black Magician here in Japanese katakana on the very top, and down there the trading card game itself is mentioned, so Yu-Gi-Oh, OCG, Duel Monsters. Okay, now let's have a look at the back, and you can see basically left side is not very interesting because it's just labels. The labels look good in itself, so yeah, it's fine that they are there. And then you have the grade. The grade here you can see is an 8. And you also have a serial number down here. It's very small. I don't know if you can actually see it, but there is a serial number, and you can actually look up the serial number in their database, and you can do that even without creating an account like you have to do with BGS. So this is very good, and you can also take the shortcut by just doing the QR code research here. And actually I already cracked a IRS case, and I can assure you that these plates which they insert here, these are actually solid. These are maybe not metal, but these are at least aluminum. And yeah, they are very premium, and yeah, everything looks good about the label. So the label itself, I would say, is very nice. Just the positioning is maybe something, yeah, you can argue about that. It looks better on the top, but yeah, I will tell you my final thoughts at the very end of the video. Then our third point is actually clarity of the case, and as you can see, the card itself is very nicely inserted in like, yeah, a frame here, and yeah, there is basically, yeah, like a carving or something. The card is inside the carving, and then it is shut sealed, and yeah, the card doesn't move even if you like move the case itself. And yeah, the clarity also is very clean, right? You can see the card perfectly. You can even see that this card doesn't have any scratches, which is also the reason why I sent this in. And yeah, this is actually the most clear case I have ever held in my hands. And yeah, no other case comes close to this clarity, not even PSA. I never had a CGC case. I heard that these are very clear as well, but from what I can tell you guys, this is the most clear case I have ever had in my hands. So yeah, clarity is very, very good on this case. Yeah, final thing here, the overall look. I would say if you get used to it, it looks very nice. Having the grade at the back can be something good also. You can also argue other way, but yeah, overall look, it is very, very rigid. It is a very, very nice case. I would say this is a very, very decent case if you want to protect your card from any damage and you want just to display the card somewhere in your room. Okay. So I hope this isn't too long, but I'm really making sure that I'm talking enough about these. And yeah, next up we have the BGS case. I can be a little bit more quick on these ones because yeah, most of you guys will have seen a BGS case. So yeah, we have a very, very nice Tri-Horn Dragon here from the Tokyo Dome tournament here. And yeah, the BGS case is also very nice. The case itself, I mean, I really like the look itself. The corners here of this case are very sharp here. I don't like that actually here where it says Beckett. These are very sharp. I could maybe hurt my fingers here. But overall the case is very nice. And yeah, I also think this case protects the card very well. But I think that ARS case actually, as you can see here, is a little bit more premium because it doesn't have sharp edges. So I would say that the ARS case is better. But yeah, BGS is also very nice. I would say it comes close second place. Okay, the label of BGS I think is also very, very nice. I like it a lot. You have all the important information at the front of the card. You can see the grade directly. You can have subgrades, which you cannot have with ARS, which is also very cool. And yeah, the bad thing about Beckett is if you have like a card graded an 8 or below, you will get a piece of paper. And since this is an 8.5, it's actually, yeah, I think aluminium as well. The higher the grade gets, the better the label looks. So this is good for cards which have good condition, but if you have bad condition cards, the label will look terrible. So yeah, this is something to keep in mind. Clarity here is not so good on these cases because as you can see, there's a lot of reflection going on, and since Beckett is also sleeving the card, and yeah, I don't know how they are doing this, but there is definitely a sleeve, and you can see there's a lot of reflections because the sleeve is not like perfectly aligned to the card itself. And yeah, it's a little bit foggy, I would say, in comparison. So clarity is not that nice on these cases, but it's manageable. But you cannot take nice pictures or make nice videos of this card without having a lot of reflection. So yeah, definitely not as good as the ARS. And the overall look, guys, final overall look, I would say it's pretty decent. I think the case actually protects the card pretty well because yeah, it's pretty thick again, and yeah, you have a solid case. You cannot easily break the case, and yeah, it feels decent in your hands. But compared to the ARS case, it's definitely a second place here. Okay, and finally we have of course the PSA case, which most of you guys will know. Let me take out the card from its sleeve here real quick, so we do not have like too many reflections. So yeah, PSA case, all of you guys will know it. The case itself is, yeah, I don't know, I am not a fan of this case. It is very, very cheap. It feels very, very flimsy, I could say. The case has also a little bit of flex. I'm not going to push here because I know these can crack really easily, and these are also the cases you can see on Alibaba. So actually these are very, very cheap cases. I don't like it, and yeah, therefore this is easily a third place. I think PSA has a lot of things they could improve about their case, but yeah, that's for the case itself. Then we will talk about the label real quick. Yeah, I don't really like the red borders here. I think the black letters and the white background is pretty decent, but I don't know. It looks like something is on sale, my girlfriend told me, and I think so as well. It's not that premium, but you have all the important information at the front. You have everything here, but again, also the font, everything doesn't look very modern. But yeah, maybe that's not what they are trying to achieve with this case. And yeah, this is how it looks from the back. Here you have the QR code, you can scan it as well. You didn't have that on the BGS case. Yeah, okay. Clarity, guys, I have to say clarity on the PSA cases is pretty good. It's way better than the BGS case, so I will put the BGS case third place here definitely. But compared to the ARS case, guys, I mean, this is a ghost rare, so it's maybe not the fairest comparison, but I think ARS still has its edge here and is way better in terms of clarity. But PSA is also not doing poorly, I would say, and yeah, would be a second place for me. So ARS actually has a lot of points, speaking for it. Overall appearance of the case, I mean, I already told you guys, it looks cheap for me. I don't think that this protects your cards as well as, for example, ARS or BGS are doing it. So yeah, I have mixed feelings about this case, because at the same time, because even though the card doesn't look as nice, personally, it's also personal opinion, right? Of course, the most value is added by having high grades in PSA. So if you want to sell cards, if you want to trade them, you have to go for PSA in a way. But if you just want to protect your cards, display them, maybe ARS is a pretty solid choice here. Okay, and this is all I had for you guys in the comparison here between these cases. Now we will have a look about, are these ARS grades actually adding value to the cards? Okay guys, so let's have a talk about, is ARS actually adding value to your card if you grade by them and if you get a good grade? And as a comparison, I have here a Trihorn Dragon from Asobi channel, and yeah, he is basically saying here a raw copy of this card, which is declared as near mint, goes for around 50,000 yen. Again guys, if you're curious how much this is in your currency, just use Google and do it yourself, because there is too many currencies. I cannot do it for everybody. But as you can see, baseline here is 50,000 yen for a near mint copy of this card. And if the card got an ARS 9, this card got sold on Yahoo auctions for around 56,100 yen. So it did add a little bit of a premium, but basically you can say, yeah, this is basically the same as near mint. And if you see now the PSA 8 grade here scored 70,000, you can already see that PSA is having a clear edge here over an ARS 9. But yeah, ARS is still new, people have to get used to it, people have to actually crack and see how is the condition of an ARS 9 and how does it compare to an PSA 8. But yeah, what you can see here is that PSA 8s actually outsell the ARS 9s here by quite a lot. 40,000 yen is around 100 bucks, so it's actually quite a bit of premium. And if you look at PSA 9, it almost doubles the near mint value. And yeah, this is actually quite crazy how high PSA 9 prices are here in Japan, but it is how it is. These are real data, guys, and yeah, you can see PSA has a clear edge here. But I have another very interesting case here. Let's have a look, and this time it's a different card. We are now having a look at Red Eyes Black Dragon here. And yeah, let's go step by step here, guys. So a clean copy here is valued at about 90,000 yen, which is way too low. This is not correct from my opinion. If I go to card stops, I can easily see this card for around double the price. So I would say near mint copy in the store, 150,000 yen is about realistic. Maybe a little more, maybe a little less, but somewhere around that. And there was a sale of an ARS 10, so somebody got it and he sold it for 203,000 yen, and this is actually a pretty decent premium. If you get a 10, you can sell it for like maybe 50,000 yen more than the near mint prices. Again, this is not how near mint Red Eyes would be valued at. It would be around 150,000, so you can get about a 50,000 yen premium here, which is pretty decent. It's a couple hundred bucks, 350 bucks or something. But now let's have a look at the sale of an ARS 10 Plus. As I told you, you can get a Plus. This is basically the black label you can have at BGS. I don't know how hard it is to get, but it is probably not that easy to get. And you can see the price is insane. The price of an ARS 10 Plus is 506,000 yen, so it's like 3 times the near mint price. So it actually can add really high value to your card if your card is very clean. And this is a good thing, because yeah, people are actually trusting ARS here in Japan, and you can actually get more value by grading by them. And this is also a very important factor for a grading company, right? And just for comparison, guys, here a PSA 9 is about 200,000, so a PSA 9 is basically pretty similar to an ARS 10, which is not good for ARS. But again, PSA 10 is about 459,000 yen. So an ARS 10 Plus is higher than PSA. So ARS, even though they founded in 2022, actually beat PSA 10s in value. Okay, I'm not going to comment on the quality of PSA 10s here, but this just happened, okay? And yeah, just for comparison, a BGS 9 of a red ice goes for around 150,000, so yeah, it would be around ARS 9 value maybe, but it is definitely below ARS 10. Okay guys, so with that out of our way, we come to the conclusion of today and also to my personal thoughts about ARS as a service, as a grading company. So what I can tell you guys is that ARS actually, yeah, has a very premium case. In my eyes, it is the best case out of the three. In terms of clarity, they win, yeah, easily. In terms of protection, they also win easily. For the label, I mean, it's up for debate. I mean, the label itself doesn't look bad at all. I think the style, the finish, it's very clean, and I like really clean and easy designs. The only flaw you have here, of course, is that you don't have all the information on the front of the case. What I see here is both pros and cons about this, because if you have a card, you love it from your childhood maybe, and you just want to display it somewhere, it won't get a 10, right? It is maybe a 4, a 5, a 6, something like that. And maybe you don't want to get slammed the grade in your face every time you see that card like displayed somewhere. So in that case, it is actually a good thing not to have like the grade like devaluing the whole card just because something is a 6. It can still be a very clean looking card, and you can still, it can be better to display a card, and if you want to check the grade, just look at the back. But if the grade itself is not that important to you, it might be cool to have the grade at the back. If you have like 9s and 10s, maybe you just want to flex on whoever sees the card and you would prefer it on the front, I can get that. But it is, I would say it is neutral that it is at the back, because it has like really good points for it and also some against it. And yeah, it is the best protection by far. I shake the card a lot, it doesn't move an inch, and PSA cards are like, you can actually get the card stuck somewhere on the sides or on the tops. It can damage your card. It's terrible how this can happen, I don't know. But ARS is not the case. It's very nicely sealed and embedded into the case. And they are pretty much like BGS, so there is like 2 slabs which are like pressed against each other. And you can see that this is actually not just one single case, it's like pressed on top of each other. And just BGS is like doing the sleeve thing, and it doesn't look as good anymore by doing that, because the card is not as clear anymore. It's foggy, you can see there's more layers on top. So ARS, actually, I'm pretty impressed what they did and with the decisions they took here. What I can tell you guys is I don't think that ARS is actually getting a lot of cards or even attention from outside of Japan. But if you like the look of an ARS card here and you want to just display your card and have a really clean case, I can definitely recommend to you to just grade with ARS, test them out, try them out, and I'm really excited that actually we have a grading service in Japan now. There's actually one more rumor that actually PSA is opening up like a grading facility here in Japan very soon, so I'm also excited for that for obvious reasons. But this is all I had for you guys today. Don't forget to comment and like on the video to participate in the giveaway of the Tryhorn Dragon. And I hope you enjoyed today's video. This was a little bit of a different format, but I thought this is a very interesting topic to talk about, because grading is still a hot topic here. A lot of people don't even like grading. It's a really controversial topic, but this is all I had for you guys today. Hope you enjoyed, and see you in a new video very soon. Your Bilingual Duelist. Ciao.